the second part in conflict resolution in the Blockage Buster series. Once again, and I think this is the third week in a row, there's a massive great lesson down there below me, and there isn't much you can do except get into it because it's information rich and it's breakthrough rich. So give yourself the time, read through it. There's a couple of exercises for you to do. It's fabulous. Really, as I've said to you on so many occasions, what I want to do in these videos is go the extra bit, the bit that's not in the lesson. So what I want to talk to you about is a setup. So what I mean by a setup is that on far too many occasions what we try to do is get our message across without making sure that the setup is appropriate. And I'll give you a classic example. I know, because of nearly 60 years experience, that when I have to have a serious conversation with my father, if I put an assertion to him, if I say you do X, Y, Z or you don't do X, Y, Z, he'll just argue with me. Because I know that my dad, if I say black, my dad will say white, and that's just pretty much how it is. So what I need to do is get him set up so that we're not going to have an automatic just boom, disagree. So the setup means that I will say something like this to him. Dad, I need to have a talk to you. It's going to be serious. Do you want to talk now or later? Now the answer to that is yes or no, but really I don't care because we're talking or we're talking. The time varies, but that's the only variation. Usually he will say, oh, all right, now then. I'll say, do you want to talk here? Do you want to talk down in the shed? He'll usually say down the shed, but once again, I don't care where the location is, but he's choosing one. So we go down the shed and I'll just grab a chair and sit down. He will fool around putting spanners back and, checking that the saw's not blunt and all that sort of stuff. And eventually he'll grab a chair and come and sit down in front of me. And then I go with the last piece of the setup, which is you're probably going to get up and storm off in the middle of this. Now I know that what he's going to do is he's going to say, no, I won't. Because when I say you're probably going to get up and storm off in the middle of this, that's calling him a coward before we've got the subject on the plate, and he has to say that he's not, which means his bum is glued to the seat until I'm finished with him. Now, you'll notice I haven't gone to the message yet. I haven't said, I don't like it when you do this, or I do like it when you do this, or I want to thank you for something, or I want to complain about it. I haven't said anything about the message. The setup is critically important to getting your message through. Otherwise, this is the reason why messengers get shot, is that the messenger doesn't take the time to get the setup. So, for the people that you know, what do you need to do to get them sorted, to get the setup to happen, so that you've got a better chance of getting through? So that's my contribution, as well as what it is in the lesson down below. See you next week.